Hej, siemano wam wszystkim ludzie, z tej strony Arturo, witam was na swoim kanale i kontynuujemy Art of Murder, Sztuka Zbrodni. Dotarliśmy przed muzeum. No tak, w bibliotece dowiedzieliśmy się, a raczej odkryliśmy, że wszystkie tropy prowadzą do Warrena i Brentforda. Prawdopodobnie to oni stoją za seryjnymi morderstwami. Wszystkie te osoby się znały, wszystkie były na jednej wyprawie w Hiszpanii. Cóż takiego się stało, że Warren i Brentford, w cudzysłowiu, zabili swoich współtowarzyszy podróży? Mam nadzieję, że tego się przekonamy już niedługo, a tymczasem kontynuujmy naszą podróż. Wejdźmy do holu i udajmy się do Warrena. Porozmawiajmy z nim, zobaczymy co ma nam do powiedzenia na swoją obronę. Tylko gdzie miałbym go szukać? Tutaj nigdzie go nie ma. Oranżeria.
Gotta hurry. No time for sightseeing.
Okej. Ale przyszła mi pewna myśl do głowy. Być może Warren znajduje się w archiwum. Spójrzcie, nie ma portiera. Zejście do magazynu.
There's no time for this now. I've always wanted to check out the gift shop here.
Skoro tutaj go nigdzie nie ma, w oranżerii go nie ma, to przychodzi tylko jedno miejsce, do którego możemy się udać. Jest to właśnie archiwum. Jest i Warren.
Agent Bonnet. Hear about that knife business again? It's getting a bit old now, don't you think?
Why didn't you say anything about the expedition?
They were tragic events. Best forgotten.
Well, start remembering because my serial killer is tied into them somehow.
Really? What an idea.
Yes, I also think that you hindered the investigation by withholding important information.
Well now, I can see you're here on business.
I'm always here on business. Don't you know the victims are all on a list?
Well, it's possible, I suppose.
It's possible, but you and Brantford could be on that list. Aren't you afraid?
What good would fear do? Understand, I settled up with my conscience long ago.
When? When Fairbanks was killed? Or only after Tatum was?
You think it's so easy? And you, little girl, hiding behind an FBI badge. Do you think about all the people slaughtered somewhere in the cold and dark without your knowing?
Yes, and I hate it. I wake up mornings thinking that today someone else will die, and I can't stop it. Now it's even worse. I know who's gonna die.
Not all of them will.
Yeah?
Juan Alvarado, an archaeologist living in Cusco. He didn't join us until Peru.
Juan Alvarado? You keep in touch with him?
Not really.
Were there other people involved in the expedition?
Yes, Vaquero.
Go on.
Vaquero was a local grave robber, an amateur. He appeared when we were totally devastated and on the retreat, offering his help.
And
then he demanded an outrageous payment, and we parted ways with great ill will. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an important call to make.
Coś mi się wydaje, że Warren nie jest do końca z nami szczery. Okej, powiedział nam, kto może być potencjalną ofiarą w przyszłości, ale skąd on to wie? Czyżby planował kolejne morderstwo? I niczego więcej się już od niego nie dowiemy. Wiemy za to, że w Peru znajduje się jeszcze jedna osoba, która towarzyszyła w tej wyprawie. O, a skąd tu się wziął Alan Brentford?
it's good we met. Are you waiting for Warren?
We're going out, although I'd prefer to go with you to the concert.
Well, maybe when I finish this case.
I can hardly wait.
Wybiera się gdzieś wraz z Warrenem. A to jest tutaj podejrzane.
I found out a little more about the Peruvian expedition 20 years ago. Do you, keep in touch with Mr. Alvarado?
No, not for a very long time, but we used to be friends. Why is he of interest to you?
The murders are all occurring within a specific group of people, and Alvarado's part of it.
Yes, he is. Do you think he could be the murderer?
Well, I don't have any proof to that end.
Do you think then that it's a Koga Pachiros Indian curse?
No.
Neither do I, but if our murderer was on this expedition, and if it's neither Warren nor myself, then it must be Alvarado?
A może Brentford i Warren to tak naprawdę przykrywka?
Why should I suspect a man who lives in Peru of murdering people in New York?
Alvarado was in town at the same time, of course.
What? In New York City? Are you sure?
He called me. I was frightened he was trying to track me down.
Do you know where he is now?
He left a message that he was returning home, back to Peru. I hope it's true.
We'll look into it. Do you have his address?
Well, he sent me a letter postmarked in Manhattan. Had a photo of his house in Cusco in it with the address and a note. I showed it to Warren this morning.
Could I see it, please?
Well, here's the thing. There was a bit of a mess in the museum this morning. They were cleaning the showpieces that hang from the ceiling, and I had to literally push my way through between them. It must have been squeezed out of my pocket then.
Right. I'll find it.
O,
Ruth? Nicole.
Yes?
I need you to check South American flights out of the country in the last 5 days. Looking for a Juan Alvarado, archaeology professor, flying to Cusco, Peru.
Okay, I'll get right on it.
Thanks, Ruth.
ale też mnie zastanawia to, skoro Brentford wiedział, że ten cały Alvadaro, czy jak on tam się nazywa, przebywa w Nowym Jorku, dlaczego od samego początku nam tego nie powiedzieli? Czyżby zatajali śledztwo? A może oni wszyscy razem działają w trójkę? Brentford, Warren i... no właśnie.
Gotta hurry. No time for sightseeing.
Muszę się pospieszyć, nie ma czasu na zwiedzanie. Ale chciałem wejść do oranżerii
Gotta hurry.
i zobaczyć, czy nie ma tam tego zdjęcia.
Mr. Brantford's waiting for you outside.
Thank you. I'll be leaving now. You're staying here?
This pavilion is such a magical place.
You sound just like Alan. But I'm glad. It's a good thing.
Creating something like that must require so much talent.
And 20 years of hard work.
And one day, Haquero arrived and wanted to destroy all this.
This again, eh? No, in the beginning he even seemed friendly.
And then, he wanted to destroy your reputation and you couldn't get rid of him. So he blackmailed you?
What makes you think that?
I found traces of a drug stash down there.
Such a dirtbag. He defiled everything with his dirty little hands.
So he came here to demand his blackmail money?
You know, during the expedition we found a couple of shells of insignificant value and some old Spanish coins. Back then we were young and stupid. We invited tragedy. When the rain started and we realized we wouldn't be able to find the professor, we just wanted to get home as fast as we could. And Vaquero said that because of the diggings, we would have to negotiate with corrupt pen pushers for weeks.
He helped you smuggle items out?
Yes. Oh, they were objects of little significance, and I soon forgot about them.
Did he also smuggle drugs inside exhibition pieces?
No, never. He pushed me to, but I never allowed it.
Did he pressure the others too?
I thought that he murdered them to get at me.
Why didn't you inform the authorities?
What are you talking about? I spoke to your man Chaser about the whole thing.
Chaser, yes, of course. Did you find the legendary city in the end?
Akakor? Well, we thought so, back then. But we couldn't go back again. It all seems like a dream now.
Last thing, are you sure you don't want protection?
Thank you, no. This place is swarming with police.
Okej, no dobra, czyli po tej rozmowie z Warrenem i Brentfordem można stwierdzić, że wykluczamy ich, jeżeli chodzi o potencjalnych morderców. Prawdopodobnie zostali w coś wrobieni, bądź tak to wszystko zostało tutaj zaplanowane, żeby poszlaki były skierowane właśnie na nich. Ale na tą chwilę teraz stwierdzam, że mogą być potencjalnymi ofiarami, a nie mordercami. Chociaż, nie wiem. Ta gra jest strasznie skomplikowana. Ale nadal nie znaleźliśmy zdjęcia Brentforda. Czy ono się gdzieś tutaj znajduje? Przy okazji, kiedy wyruszymy do Peru, no to tam na pewno też się dowiemy kilku ciekawych informacji. O, tu coś leży. Są zdjęcia. Czyli nie mogłem tutaj wejść, dopóki nie porozmawiałem z Warrenem.
Here, an antique house in Cusco. hence the dedication. Here.
Czy zastaniemy jeszcze Brentforda przed muzeum? Raczej wątpię.
Nicole?
Yeah, hi, Ruth.
Alvarado left the country already. Hopped a flight to Peru.
Uh-huh, that's great, thanks. Listen, is the chief there?
Not at the moment.
You know what? Book me 2 tickets on the next plane to Cusco, Peru. Visas for me and Nick, and a hotel.
Be cheaper if you share a room.
Leave me alone.
Does Nick know about all this?
Not yet. I'll call him now.
Okay.
Thanks, Ruth.
Please leave a message after the beep.
Nick, we're going to Peru with this serial killer thing. Call me or Ruth back ASAP. Don't let me down on this.
Czemu Nicole chce lecieć z Nickiem, skoro go w ogóle wcale nie zna? Nigdy go nie widziała, jest nowicjuszką w agencji FBI, dostała go jako nowego partnera, nigdy nie miała z nim nic do czynienia, a chce z nim lecieć. Czy ona może mu zaufać? No nie do końca jestem pewien. Tym bardziej, że Nick dziwnie się zachowuje, zostawia jakieś tajne wiadomości, a nie chce się spotkać twarzą w twarz. No tak, Brentford z Warrenem już sobie poszli. Mam nadzieję, że nie grozi im niebezpieczeństwo. Alvaro odleciał do Peru, a my musimy kroczyć jego śladami. Coś czuję, że tak czy inaczej polecimy sami do Peru, bez Nicka. Albo się w ogóle nie odezwie, albo nie wiem. Działa sam na własną rękę tak naprawdę.
Okay, everything's arranged.
Thanks. Has Nick called in yet?
No,
Is the chief back?
yes, he's in.
Okej. Chodźmy zatem z nim porozmawiać. Cheeser.
Shall we? I've got a major update on the investigation.
I'm all ears.
I've established a few facts. All the victims were part of an academic expedition to the Amazon over 20 years ago. Professor Dickinson, his daughter, and another student named Noel Richet all tragically died during the expedition. Our friend Hakiero helped evacuate the survivors. He also helped them smuggle some minor artifacts out. Of the entire expedition, the only currently living survivors are Warren, Branford, and Alvarado, who is now an archaeology professor living in Cusco, Peru. All are potential victims, and all are potential killers.
Why?
Well, I don't have any real strong evidence yet, but all my leads come back to the expedition.
So something happened down there that 20 years later is causing our wannabe quartermains to rip each other's guts out.
Looks that way. I just don't know what the something is. So I'm gonna fly down to Cusco and talk with this Alvarado character.
I can't authorize that. They won't let me. It's about 4 countries outside our jurisdiction.
Look, if he's not the murderer, he might open up to me. I've got a picture with a dedication he made for Branford.
Can I see it? Well, well.
So maybe I'll find out what their little rumble in the jungle was. But if Alvarado is the doer...
Then he had to have been up here for the last few weeks.
And so he was.
Shit, this is getting more and more iffy. Well, we can ask the Peruvian police to do the interrogation.
I've got the feeling I'll have to go and do it in person.
Forget about feelings. We're dealing in facts. Did you do the psychological portrait?
Yeah, I'm working on it. Our killer has a thing for middle-aged, physically fit males. He's of a similar class and income as his victims, except for Tatum. Not sure why he got hit. So, let's say he isn't an acquaintance. Then he's most likely in a position of public trust. Something he can use to get close to his targets. Policeman or priest, the usual candidates. Even someone like yourself, Chief, or our pal Branford. As for motivation, I reject the ritual aspect. It's a cool gag, but ultimately just handy window dressing. However, the antique gold coins left with the bodies? That's a clear attempt at communication. Or the whole thing could just be Warren stripping down to a loincloth and slaughtering his old buddies.
Warren in a loincloth? Nah.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of Warren, I wasn't aware he'd asked you for help, Chief.
Well, Nick was dealing with this case. He should have told you.
Warren admitted to me that they'd smuggled out some minor artifacts. Did he say anything like that to you?
No, he was very careful with his words. And anyway, it was only a brief chat on the phone.
Maybe the stuff they smuggled out wasn't so minor.
So they found some really big treasure down there. Someone got stiffed at the share out. And this is a 20-year late reminder?
20 years is a good amount of time for a prison sentence.
So he did 20 because he was framed. Well, that's a revenge motive. But what was he framed for?
We won't know until I go down there.
You're not going anywhere yet, Bonnet. Such a trip has to be well planned.
There's no time for that. We hang around with this, and who knows how bad this is gonna get.
You won't save anyone like this.
Listen to me. Listen, you can laugh, but I see a jungle city in my dreams. And at the top of these massive stone steps is a sacrificial altar. And the murderer's there, and he's gonna turn around any second. And when he does, pow!
Oh, for crying out loud, she's giving me dreams now. Go home, sleep. I'm giving you 1 day off. Make the most of it.
Chief!
Don't chief me, just get out of here. Jesus Christ. Bonnet, I'm too busy right now. Unless you've got a breakthrough in the investigation.
No, not really.
Alrighty then.
Szef się nie zgodził, żebyśmy polecieli do Peru.
So, you flying?
Uh,
You know what, Nicole? Dollars to donuts, Nick will be late for his flight.
can't we just medicate him and wake him when he's needed?
Send him the address of some dusky cafe in Cusco. Maybe he'll drop by for a coffee.
Huh, look, just make sure he gets everything he needs for the investigation.
Don't worry. I'll staple the notes to his head if I have to.
You working late again?
Yeah. I think I'll end up mummified here and put on display for future generations of secretaries.
I promise I'll dust you. See you soon anyway.
Yeah. Hey, don't forget the postcard.
I won't. See you, Ruthie.
Okej, czyli wyruszamy do Peru.
I made a real ass of myself.
Czy nikt tam dotrze, czy nie, tego nie wiem. W każdym bądź razie ta podróż jest troszeczkę mało odpowiedzialna. Po pierwsze, jeżeli Alvaro czy Alvaro jest potencjalnym zabójcą, to tak naprawdę, kiedy dowie się, że prowadzimy śledztwo w tej sprawie, może nas po prostu zamordować jako przeszkoda w tym wszystkim.
What the hell am I doing? Chief will can me if I take off down there. Be the shortest career in FBI history. Let it go. A man can only die once. Get packing anyway. Your destination awaits.
Z drugiej strony nie wiemy, czy on jest mordercą. Może być to Warren albo Brantford. Każda z tych osób może być zarówno ofiarą, jak i zabójcą.
Damn, but it's good to get away from the city and the crime and all the everyday crap. It feels so fresh down here. I'll take a camera and act like a tourist. Might even fool someone.
No, z drugiej strony to też jest niezła przykrywka. Udawać turystkę. Ale coś mi się wydaje, że profesor, kiedy dowie się, że jesteśmy z FBI, no to nie będzie chciał współpracować. Diego.
Good morning, senor.
Buenos dias, señorita. Don Diego welcomes you. How was your journey?
Fine, thank you, although I've got this nagging headache.
It's the altitude. You'll soon get used to it.
That's good to hear. I was hoping you could call a taxi for me. I need to get downtown soon.
Great idea, but it's not good sightseeing on an empty stomach, señorita.
I'll be glad to eat here this evening, but I still have the airline food in my stomach.
Oh, hamburgers! Down here, miss, you will learn the joys of a full and rewarding appetite.
Sounds good, but I can't afford a whole new wardrobe right now.
Shame. Men like a fuller figure. I assure you, senorita.
Yeah, I noticed.
Ha ha, eagle eye. So, about that headache, I have something for it here.
Tablets?
Oh no, miss. Coca leaves. Chewing them brings great relief from all sorts of pains.
Może nie chce rzucić liści koki, nie chce się uzależnić?
Don't be afraid to try them.
Well, maybe I will. Thank you.
For sure.
So what are the sights around here?
Oh, senorita. All depends on time. How much have you got? A month? A year?
Oh no, a few days at most.
Then you need a guide. I will arrange one for you. And in the meantime, how about a snack? Something to round out the figure. Are you going for a longer trip, miss?
Something like that. A friend who's been here before recommended I should try Juan Alvarado. That's a picture of his house. The address is on the back.
Well, I know him, of course. Respectable man, well-educated, incredible knowledge.
Sounds great. Could you tell me how to get there?
No, it's not great at all. Lately, he's been acting very odd. Doesn't want to see anybody. And for sure, not a white senorita. Not good, not good.
Well, now you've worried me, Don Diego. I was really counting on him.
No, don't say that. I have to think about this. Please, come back in a while.
Well, I can always try and reach him myself.
Gość ostatnio zdziczał. Może faktycznie coś mu się poprzestawiało w głowie i zaczął mordować. Na ulicę. Czy Diego coś mi jeszcze powie?
Just come back in a while.
No okej. Kredens. Stolik. Może znajdziemy jakieś przydatne przedmioty. O, jest aparat. Ale nic już więcej z tego wziąć nie mogę.
Nice place. Kinda antiquated and charming. Relaxed atmosphere. Ideal. Ruth has a great sixth sense. You can't deny it.
A właśnie, teraz mi się przypomniało. Adik, odnośnie twojego komentarza wydaje mi się, że już nie cofniemy się do metro. Aczkolwiek mogę się mylić. Zostawiliśmy tam szczypce. No, niestety nie mogłem ich zabrać do ekwipunku. Przyjrzałem się rusztowaniu, niczego tam też nie było. Nie wiem, czy się jeszcze tam cofniemy podczas naszej rozgrywki, czy nie. W każdym bądź razie na tą chwilę wydaje mi się, że do metra już nie wrócimy. Szakłak. Okej. Liście koki. Diego powiedział, żebyśmy sobie je pożuli. Ale wydaje mi się, że liście koki nie są dobre. Znaczy inaczej, może w jakiś sposób rozluźniają, ale pewnie też uzależniają. Nic już więcej stąd zabrać nie mogę.
It's worth asking for directions to Alvarez's home. It's easy to get lost on these twisting roads.
O, liście koki zmieszane z szakłakiem. Cóż takiego to jest szakłak? Czy to też jakiś narkotyk? Nie mam zielonego pojęcia.
Just come back in a while and...
What would Nick do in my shoes?
Pożółby liście koki.
Well, that was stupid.
A to jest też dziwne, nie? Nicole cały czas się zastanawia, co Nick by zrobił na jej miejscu. Ona go w ogóle nie zna. Nawet nie wiem, czy wie, jak wygląda. O kurde. Mamy bankomat. Plaza San Martin. Warsztat samochodowy. Droga do kuchni. Mamy rozwidlenie i 3 drogi, do których możemy pójść.
Thank God there's an ATM nearby. I'll need to hit it sooner or later.
Ale na tą chwilę nie możemy wypłacić pieniędzy. Chodźmy do kuchni. Zamknięte. Warsztat samochodowy.
This is not a workshop. It's a scrapyard.
Nieprawda. Jeden samochód jest całkiem nowy.
62 Chevy Impala. I remember Grandma driving me to town in one of these.
Świetny samochód, zabytkowy. Wraki samochodów.
I'd love to have gone for a ride in this car 10 years ago.
Dobra, mamy rower. Siedzi też Jose. Porozmawiajmy z nim.
Hey, good morning to you.
Bienvenido.
I need a car. To rent?
Certainly. We only have the best models here.
Well, a Jeep will be enough for me.
Oh, I'm afraid no Jeeps at the moment. Gone for warranty service.
May I look around?
Okay, that'll be fine.
I need a car. To rent?
Certainly. We only have the best models here.
A ja potrzebuję Jeepa.
If it wasn't for the missing saddle, who knows? I might like to borrow this bike. Open sesame!
Drzwi od garażu są zamknięte.
Open sesame!
Panie Jose, czy mógłby pan otworzyć garaż?
I need a car. To rent?
Certainly. We only have...
Okej. Coś mi się wydaje, że na tą chwilę nie będziemy mogli tu nic robić. Plaza San Martin. O.
Wheelbarrow or rickshaw?
Przypomina mi to troszeczkę lokację z Chronicles of Mystery. Dom archeologa. Czyli trafiliśmy w to miejsce.
Here, an antique house in Cusco. Hence the dedication.
No dokładnie, to jest to miejsce z widokówki.
Closed shutters. It's double locked. Knock, knock. Nobody's opening anything.
Może nie ma go w domu.
Knock, knock. Nobody's opening anything.
To w jaki sposób mamy się z nim skontaktować? Może Diego mi coś powie. Zresztą i tak powiedział, żebyśmy przyszli później. Może już się zastanowił. O, zmienił swoją pozycję.
So, will I be able to see Mr. Alvarado?
Yeah. I will send a boy or go myself and make an appointment for you.
Great. I can pay up front. I'll just have to visit a cash machine.
Oh, no, no, no. For politeness, you don't pay with money, señorita. Money from a beautiful woman? This would be humiliating.
To w takim razie jak mam mu zapłacić?
I'm afraid I've nothing else to offer you.
Then you can do me a favor, miss.
Okay, I'm listening.
Señorita is a beautiful woman. No man could resist her charms.
This is beginning to sound questionable.
Questionable? No, these words are sincere.
Sorry, I'm just not sure where you're going with this.
Por favor, señorita, this is a respectable place. Ah, you gringos, you're so constipated.
To get back to what you were saying earlier,
Yes. Let me explain, and please, you have my word, there's nothing shady.
I'm all ears.
Now then, there is a garage nearby. One of my previous guests rented a car there. Unfortunately, he disappeared somewhere and did not return it.
Oh dear.
So you can imagine how Jose Santamaria reacted.
Who?
The garage's owner. I was running hotels before he could even walk. And now he thinks he's the big fish.
So what did Santa Maria do?
Ha! He came and took a car belonging to me, and he did it like a criminal. Instead of coming like a man, talking about it over a glass of wine, he just came and stole it.
Surely that's against the law.
I'll not be going to war with him. There's no magic involved in calling the carabinieri. No, this has to be handled more subtly. I have other ideas.
I warn you now, sir, I won't be involved in illegal actions.
Don't worry, it's nothing like that. Now, Senorita is going on another trip, correct?
Right.
So, you will rent my stolen Jeep from him. Park it here at my hotel. And that's it. The rest I take care of myself.
Surely I'll have to return it to him and pay at some point?
You'll pay for everything up front. That's how it is here. And when you come back from your trip and park, just take a shower or keep busy for a while. I'll take the car back to the garage myself. That's it.
Is this Santa Maria some kind of nut?
No, he's actually quite a nice boy.
Okay, if you go and see Alvarado about meeting me, I'll look over at Santa Maria's place.
Please, remember, it's an old Jeep.
Okej.
Please.
Czyli musimy udać się z powrotem na warsztat samochodowy.
I'll have to take the money anyway.
Znajduje się tam Jeep, który należy do Diego, a my musimy go odzyskać. Cusco Bank. Karta.
The ATM accepted my card. Let's hope it pays out, too.
Okej.
Got the money. Now back to the workshop.
Całe szczęście nie musieliśmy wpisywać PIN-u, bo nie mam zielonego pojęcia, jaki on by mógł być. Chodźmy zatem odzyskać Jeepa. Czy Jose nam go chętnie przekaże? Wątpię. W końcu go zarekwirował.
I need a car. To rent?
Certainly. We only have the best models here.
It's not this combination.
Potrzebuję tego Jeepa.
Open sesame. I need a car. To rent?
Certainly.
No dobra, czyli to nie zadziała. Wraki samochodów.
What a crapmobile. You can hear it being eaten alive by the rust. If it wasn't for the missing saddle, who knows? I might like to borrow this bike. I need a car.
Certainly.
I nic się nie dzieje.
I don't see Don Diego's Jeep anywhere.
No właśnie, nigdzie nie widzimy Jeepa. Ja obstawiam, że on znajduje się w garażu. Ale sami widzieliście, Jose nie chce nic na ten temat powiedzieć.
There's no Jeeps there.
Oh, yes, but he hides it inside the garage, for sure.
There's no Jeep.
Oh,
No i będziemy tak chodzić w kółko, raz od jednego miejsca do drugiego, raz od drugiego do pierwszego. No zobaczymy, czy Jose będzie chętny, żeby otworzyć garaż. Diego twierdzi, że jest tam Jeep. A Jose siedzi taki niewzruszony.
May I look in the garage?
What for?
I heard you got a 4x4 in there.
No, I don't know. I let my sister keep her photo things in there. Tripods, lights, that stuff.
You know, I'd love to have a picture with you.
Senorita, please. You cannot get any better than me. I'm very photogenic.
Can we do it in front of that Chevy?
Great news.
A tripod would be good. Could you get one from the garage?
Is necessary?
Oh, don't move. That's the perfect pose.
I had no intention.
I'll go grab it then. A tripod would be good. Could you get one from the garage?
Is necessary?
Oh,
I had no intention.
I'll go grab...
Czy teraz garaż będzie otwarty?
Here's the little beauty.
No tak, mogliśmy zajrzeć do środka, ale zobaczcie, jest jeep. O, w takim trochę kiepskim stanie, jest strasznie zardzewiały i brudny.
I can take the photo now.
Ale za to mogliśmy wziąć statyw. Czyli tak, mamy potwierdzenie, że jeep znajduje się w środku.
No, the camera's all good.
O, tu jest Jose. Szybko się przemieścił. Nawet nie zauważyłem kiedy.
Great news!
Miejsce na aparat.
Okay, smile and cheese. Guess what? There's a car in the garage.
Uh-huh. Well, I have not been in there for a while.
Looks like a Jeep.
Oh, happy day!
Does it run?
Why, of course.
Could I rent it for 2 days, please?
No problem. Only $100.
100? I could probably buy it for 50.
And not from me, you couldn't.
But it does work okay?
Yeah, as I say, it will start, but it needs encouragement.
So, when?
If I fiddle with it, which will be another $50. 100 all in.
Ah, I understand now. Okay.
Please come back tomorrow morning. The car will be waiting out front.
Here you go. $100.
Can you put it in my pocket? I have dirty hands.
No way, Jose.
Okay, but no money, no car.
A jaką mam mieć pewność, że kiedy dam mu pieniądze, to on nie zniknie i nie będziemy mieli ani jeepa, ani pieniędzy?
This is a lousy idea. I'll leave it under this thing here.
Okay, if you prefer cold metal.
Pod jakim łożyskiem? Ja tu nie widzę żadnego łożyska, ale chętnie wezmę z powrotem aparat do ekwipunku.
I'll take the camera.
Statywu wziąć nie możemy. Gdzie tu jest jakieś łożysko? Może tutaj? O, jest łożysko.
Why isn't this working?
Gdzie to łożysko miałbym położyć? Na samochodzie? Może tutaj?
Forget it.
Nic z tego. Drewniana ławka. Okej. No to co, w takim razie idziemy spać. Skoro dopiero rano będziemy mieli jeepa, no to nie warto się tutaj kręcić.
Buenos tardes, señorita.
Good evening, Don Diego.
And how was Santa Maria? Did he bite?
Luckily not. I rented the Jeep from him.
Great news!
But I can't collect it till tomorrow. He has to make some repairs to it.
Still, that's quite quick considering his lack of talent. Don't go far in it, though. You never know when it could break down.
Thanks for the tip. Did you manage to see Mr. Alvarado?
Yes, I did. After all, I did promise you.
And?
Well, his house was barricaded and the doors double locked. But I have my ways.
Will he see me?
Yes, I have arranged that for you, miss.
Świetnie, czyli jeszcze dnia nie będziemy kończyć.
Thank you very much, Don Diego. So, how do I get in? Should I just knock?
Oh no, this won't do anything.
Oh?
Your photo will be the pass. Push it in the gap in the door, señorita.
I see.
Now then, won't you please take a meal here? You must be getting hungry, no?
Sure. One more thing. What time is he expecting me?
Tonight at 8. But there's no rush.
8. That's awfully soon. I'll have to go early as I don't know the town very well.
But what about dinner?
I'll eat when I get back. So long. Thanks again, Don.
Oh, one more thing. Don't take your camera. It's getting dark. The local bad boys might like such a toy.
I think I'll manage, but thank you for the advice.
Seriously, senorita, I always advise my guests like this. You can put it in the closet and pick it up afterwards.
Well, okay then. No point inviting trouble, I guess.
Have a nice evening, senorita. Good luck with the professor. Have a nice...
Okej, aparat odłożyliśmy na kredens. W sumie to może i dobrze. Nie znamy okolicy, a nie chcemy stracić naszego dobytku. Plaza San Martin. O, ktoś tu siedzi. Dom archeologa. Czy to jest on? Raczej wątpię.
Good evening. Is Senor Alvarado at home? Good evening. Is Senor Alvarado at home?
Okej.
Bolted doors.
Gdzieś tu znajduje się szczelinka.
Forget about it. Bolted door. It's double locked.
Okienko.
How many times can I try?
Szczelinka w drzwiach. Tak mówił Diego. O, jest.
I hope Don Diego doesn't leave me swinging in the wind.
Who are you? Why are you here?
I'd like to see Juan Alvarado, please. I'm a friend of Alan Branford.
What about?
I'm with the FBI. We're conducting an investigation into the murder of some of your colleagues from New York.
Show me the photo.
This is FBI property and evidence in a major...
Farewell, lady.
This man's a paranoid nut. I'd better be careful. And I can't give him my ID. I have to find another way.
Okej, czyli gościu nie chce spotkać się z agentem FBI. Dlaczego? Czyżby dlatego, że się nas obawia?
Hey, wait! Don't go!
I can see you all the time, but you won't be able to get in.
I beg you, please.
How do I know you are who you say?
How can I convince you?
Push the photo and your ID through the gap.
If you can see me, you can see them too.
No, too far away. I must look closely.
How's he supposed to see her when everything is closed and boarded? Oh, here's a small window. If only I could get the ID up to the glass.
Tu jest małe okienko.
Buenos tardes. How do I deal with this guy? Can I bribe him? Maybe those coca leaves made him feel better.
No spróbujmy. No, mam nadzieję, że teraz nas wpuści do środka.
Senor Alvarado, you still there? I put my ID up to the window.
I've seen it. You can come in.
If he is your man, he might be preparing a trap.
No właśnie, to jest to, o czym mówiłem. Jeżeli dowie się, że jesteśmy z FBI, może grozić nam niebezpieczeństwo. Nikt z nami nie przyleciał, czyli nie mamy tak naprawdę obrony. Nie mamy też żadnej broni w ekwipunku. Więc kto wie, co nas tutaj spotka. Ale moi drodzy, tego dowiemy się w kolejnym odcinku. A tymczasem, dzięki wielkie za uwagę, trzymajcie się i do usłyszenia. Hej!